All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today this is a response video to comments on my overselling versus upselling video. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description. It basically talks about not ripping customers off and the difference between ripping customers off and recommending work that needs to be done. All right, first one, there was some confusion and there was comments about, well, rust and this, and I was not referring to if you sell brake pads more than 3 millimeters of pad surface, and I'm talking about depth of the pad, not to the squealer. It is the pad depth itself. That is the rule, is 3 millimeters to the backing plate of the pad, meaning 3 millimeters of pad surface of friction material. That is the rule. I didn't make it up. The squealer is designed to tell you need brakes, not as a, oh my God, I have to have brakes now. You still have brakes when you're on the squealer. It's just designed to make noise. That's what it's for. Okay? Let's start with that. No, I'm not going to ever agree with you that you should sell brake pads with 3 millimeters to the squealer. Just not how it's done right. All right, next one is if you've got a vehicle with pulsation issues, if you've got a vehicle with pads that are rust jacketed or stuck in the slides or the whole multitude of rust issues. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a brake system with an issue. I'm talking about no issues, no pulsations. You're just looking to pad your paycheck by overselling brake pads. That's what I'm talking about. So I just want to clarify that. You get a car in with a pulsation issue here in the South, the fix is to do a brake job. Now, yeah, you can resurface the rotors and hope it doesn't come back for noise, which chances are it will, or you sell a brake job. That's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's solving an issue with the brake system. So I just hope that clarifies it. Now next we're going to talk about fluid services and filters. Now, again, I got, scheduled maintenance. That's fine, but check it first. What happens if the guy that had the car before you did all those services and now you're going to do them again? So, he jumped ahead 5,000, 8,000 miles, whatever the interval is, and did all those fluid services, and you don't even look at the fluid, you just go, oh yay, I got money. I'm not bad-mouthing fluid services. I'm just saying check the fluid. And I believe in that video I said the condition of the fluid can be based on opinion versus fact. So when in doubt, service the fluid. I have no problem with that. My issue is when you're not even looking at the fluid and you're going, oh, yep, needs a service. It's at that mileage, needs a service. All right, next one I'm going to talk about is most manufacturers do not have a service interval for a lot of fluids that are flushed or changed or etc. Most manufacturers do not have an interval for power steering fluid at all. I don't think almost any of them have a service interval for that. Brakes. Europeans are 2 to 3 years on most manufacturers. Asians, domestics, almost zero. There's few here and there, but very little in the way of actual servicing the brake system. Now, I'm a big proponent in brake flushes. Why? Brake fluid's hydroscopic, leads to issues in the brake system. Calipers going out, brake lines going out, stuff like that. So it's a good service to do. I have no problem doing a brake flush. Power steering systems. I really don't have a problem servicing power steering systems if the fluid has degraded. It's a fluid, just like engine oil, etc. It should be serviced. And again, I don't have a problem with it, just check the condition. But no manufacturer has a service interval for that. Transmissions, the same way. Most manufacturers have a 120,000 mile service interval to lifetime. Europeans are almost all lifetime other than DSGs and CVTs have a lower service life and want you to change it every whatever it is. In most applications, you're not servicing the transmission at 30K or 60K or 80K. You're not supposed to. Now, on that subject, do I agree with that? No. And in reality, you can't service those systems enough. Why wouldn't you put new fluid in the correct fluid in a transmission to keep it working as long as possible? I mean, I service transmissions in my vehicles. I have no problem selling it to my customers. Using the correct fluid should help that transmission last longer unless it has a catastrophic or electrical failure. But again, most manufacturers do not have that on their schedule. So if you're selling transmission services based on the factory schedule, when's the actual schedule? Or are you selling it based on the fluid company that gives you little chips and dollar bills to do it, their recommendation? Again, I think they're good services and they should be done. I have no problem doing them, but check the fluid. Make sure it's actually, hasn't been done. Somebody pointed out Toyota WS fluid that turns black. And yes, it does. That one is hard to just judge based on the condition of the fluid because it does go from red to purple to black. So mileage is kind of the only way to determine how long it's been in there. Whose recommendations are you going off of for mileage-based fluid services? I'm not asking anybody not to sell them. I'm not saying they shouldn't sell them. I'm saying look at the fluid and the filters. I can't sell an air filter that's brand new, because it's in for a, like to give a simple example. Pull a car in, it's at 120K. All right, that's the service interval for spark plugs. Yep, write it up for spark plugs, right? It's a 4-cylinder, spark plugs are right on top. All you got to do is pull a bolt and you pull the spark plug and look at it. But you just sell it based on mileage. Oh, well, the last shop just put those in 5,000 miles ago. Same with a customer who on a fluid service. You're telling them they need a fluid service, but they just had it done. Just check it. It's not hard. I mean, most applications, some applications are kind of hard, but, check it. Spend that little bit of time making sure you're doing right by your customer. I know I was a little ranty in this video, but I'm trying to protect everybody involved. I'm trying to protect everyone involved. The technicians who want to make money versus consumers and doing right by them. After all, if you don't have customers coming into your shop, you're not going to make any money. So take care of them. Do right by them. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out a new video. If you didn't like the video, maybe you like selling customers without even looking at the car, give me a thumbs down. And by the way, it doesn't matter on the algorithm. Interaction is interaction, so give me a thumbs down. I don't care. Comments are always appreciated, even if they're negative. And thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.